I am is an identifying statement. And when we think about manifestation and the power of being a co-creator, our mind doesn't see I am as just words. Our mind, the universe, whatever we believe in, we put out there, our mind treats those two words as instructions. So whatever you're putting out there, your mind, the universe, is calling that into existence. And so it is very important to watch what comes after I am. You have the key. You have the power. So let's stop and think. Over the last 24 hours, what sentences did you tell yourself that started with I am? Were they negative? Were they positive? Now, second question, stop and think. Would you tell those same sentences that you were telling yourself to somebody you loved? To your mom, to your dad, to your kids, to a friend, to anyone that you love, would you tell them those exact same sentences? If you wouldn't, then those statements, those thoughts, they're not true. But again, have grace with yourselves. We can fix this. This is how we can reword some of the things that we've already programmed ourselves to believe. Instead of saying, I am anxious, you can try, I am noticing anxiety and I'm learning how to support myself. So you're not saying that you are anxious. You're saying you can feel it because it's real, but you're not calling it in. You're saying, I'm noticing it and I'm learning to support myself. I'm learning to work and grow through this. I'm learning to find the little things that are going to help me drift the other way into positivity, into where I don't feel as anxious. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Healing Momma Podcast. I am your host, Val, aka Healing Momma, and today is episode 2, The Power of I Am. So let me ask you something. What are the words that you speak to yourself when no one's around, when no one's looking, and it's just the thoughts running through your mind? What are you telling yourself? Not the affirmations we post, not the things we wish we believed, but what we really tell ourselves. The sentences that start with I am. Those are two small but powerful words. I am. I feel like more often than not, we don't realize the power of those words. When we are speaking those words, we're making a declaration. We are saying, I am, believing in it, whether it's bad or good. Little do we realize that every time we speak those two words, we're making a declaration of ourselves. So we are creating our identity, whether that's bad or good, and that ultimately shapes our life. When I was making my rundown of the episodes for this month and next month, and I was thinking about those two words and how often we say them without realizing how much power that they have. I will be the first to tell you that I've misused these words. I was speaking things into my life by saying, "Ugh, I'm so dumb, I'm stupid, I'm unlucky." Whatever the words were, I was speaking that over myself. And those words hold power. And so when I started to realize that, I really started to try to shift what I was saying. So it does take time because we have created this pattern of negativity. Not everyone, but some of us. If you're listening, more than likely you're like me. So I'm going to say we in this instance. We've created this pattern of negativity to where we're drawing that in and we're claiming that over our lives, but not even realizing the power of those two words. And so when I was trying to break myself out of it, I would catch myself and be like, okay, I'm so stupid. And then I'd be like, wait, no, I'm not stupid. I'm smart. And rewording and changing that I am from a negative to a positive. And it sounds crazy, and my family would look at me and think I was crazy because I would say, oh, I'm stupid. And I'm like, no, I'm not stupid. I take that back. And so it sounds funny, but it's really me trying to rewire and reprogram my mind. And so we don't realize how much we speak that negativity into our lives. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it off with a quote. I am. Two of the most powerful words. For what you put after them shapes your reality. For what you put after them shapes your reality. It's important, guys. It's important to watch what we say. It's important to think about the power of what we're putting out there and what we're claiming over our lives and ourselves. I want you to think about what comes after it as the lens that you see yourself through, the lens that your life can be with the words that are spoken. And when you're looking through that lens, do you see a positive life? Do you see a positive you? Or is it all negativity? And when you look up I am, those aren't just words. I am is an identifying statement. And when we think about manifestation and the power of being a co-creator, our mind doesn't see I am as just words. Our mind, the universe, whatever we believe in, we put out there, our mind treats those two words as instructions. So whatever you're putting out there, your mind, the universe is calling that into existence. And so it is very important to watch what comes after I am. Some examples like people can say is, I'm anxious. Guess what? You're calling in more anxiety. I am a huge culprit of that. I used to say, I feel so anxious, or, oh, I feel like something bad is coming. And I would call that into existence. I'm not good enough. Again, you're telling your brain, this is what we need to do. This is the direction we're going. And so you're going to continue to feel not enough. You're going to continue to feel less than, worthless, versus I am enough. I am strong. I am capable. I am beautiful. I am living the life that I love. I am wealthy. I am healthy. Flip it. You can flip that negativity into a positive and change your life. Whatever it is that you're feeling, flip it. And if you don't know how to flip it, I can give you some examples of where to start. I am learning. I am unbecoming. I am safe. The I am safe is so important because your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit needs to feel that it's safe to work on the healing, to work on you and being your truest form, your truest self. And this isn't toxic positivity. This is positivity to reprogram your mind, reshift your world because you have the ability as you are a co-creator. So the question isn't whether you're powerful or not, because you are. Just are you using it for a positive life or a negative life? Because you do have that power and your words hold power in them. And I feel like it can go back into childhood traumas. I believe that whatever we went through as children, we could be handed down that negativity. So if you always heard growing up that you weren't enough, or why couldn't you be better than your sister, or why couldn't you be like so and so, or how come you just can't be good at sports, whatever the case is. I don't know your story or your situation, but I feel like those traumas in our childhood can feed into our adult lives and the I ams that we tell ourselves. And we have to break that chain. Maybe it was a parent, maybe it was a teacher, a caregiver, a friend, a bully, whatever the case is. More often than not, most of us have gone through something where we were told negative things about ourselves. And some of us still tell ourselves those exact same negative things to this day. We may have learned that, oh, we're too much, or we're not enough, or some of us that we're hard to love. So we tell ourselves that. We didn't just think these things, we learned them and we heard them over and over, and that became our reality and led and fed into our adult lives. And it's not that these words were ever true, it's that these words became repetitive, and repetition becomes reality when that's all we think about, that's all we hear. And so those words bury themselves deep into our nervous system, and that becomes our lives, that becomes our truth, even though the words were never truthful to begin with. And I don't want you to feel like I'm blaming you for the words that come after your I am. Because again, we're learning, we're growing, we're healing. But I want to make you aware to watch what comes after I am. Because the part of healing that I'm here to hold your hand through is to be honest with you, to be transparent with you, and to let you know that if I can do it, you can do it. And so as I'm learning to shift and change, my goal is to help share things with you to help you learn and shift and change. So our realities can be what we truly deserve, could be the truest form of what is real and what our higher powers have created for us, not what others have fed into us and put into our minds of the negativity and we've allowed ourselves to believe. Because once you see what you're doing to your life, you can change it. You have the key, you have the power. So let's stop and think. Over the last 24 hours, what sentences did you tell yourself that started with I am? Were they negative? Were they positive? Now, second question, stop and think. Would you tell those same sentences that you were telling yourself to somebody you loved, to your mom, to your dad, to your kids, to a friend, to anyone that you love? Would you tell them those exact same sentences? If you wouldn't, then those statements, those thoughts, they're not true. But again, have grace with yourselves. We can fix this. You can fix it. I can fix it. And we don't go from being a hot mess to being perfect. I am coming to the conclusion and realizing that healing is hard. Number one, which I've said probably on every episode. Number two, other people are going to see you and tell you, you're working on yourself, you're healing. For example, I've had friends, family members, loved ones, in a sense, mock me and say, oh, where's Healing Mama? This, that, and the other. And at the moment, it is hurtful. But I realize I am healing. I'm going to have good days and I'm going to have bad days. I'm going to have moments to where maybe I don't react the way others expect me to react, but I'm healing for me. So let me kind of just segue into this real quick. If somebody is sick and has cancer and they're going through chemotherapy and they have a bad day, do you sit there and you tell that person, you're going through chemotherapy, you shouldn't be feeling sick right now? No, we understand that the person is sick, that they're healing, that they're working towards getting better. So I ask that you see grace for yourself and for other people. If you know that they're on this healing journey, have grace for them and understand that this journey isn't easy, that there's going to be days where we do fall into the words that are negative after the I ams. But it's okay because we are learning, we're growing, we're healing. But have grace with yourself, have grace for others. And if you know that somebody's on a healing journey, don't be the person to discourage them. If anything, lift them up and hold their hand through this. We can build bridges together, bridges of healing, bridges of love, bridges of compassion. You never know what somebody's going through at the end of the day. I've digressed, but just wanted to get that out there, and it was heavy on my heart, so I wanted to share it. I have written a few things that I wanted to share with you, and this is how we can reword some of the things that we've already programmed ourselves to believe. Instead of saying I am anxious, you can try I'm noticing anxiety and I'm learning how to support myself. So you're not saying that you are anxious. You're saying you can feel it because it's real, but you're not calling it in. You're saying, I'm noticing it and I'm learning to support myself. I'm learning to work and grow through this. I'm learning to find the little things that are going to help me drift the other way into positivity, into where I don't feel as anxious. Another one, I'm failing. It could be I'm failing at life. It could be whatever it is. I'm failing. This is when we are feeling like we just are hitting a low and we can't get up. And it's been, I'm trying, and I just can't seem to catch a break. Try. I'm in a season of growth. I'm working towards my greatest and highest good. I'm healing. I'm learning. Notice all of those things are positive. Not saying that you're in a perfect life, but you're speaking in a positive manner and working towards something. And so, what I want you to do right now, if you have time, if you're alone, if you feel comfortable, if you feel safe, I want you to put your hand on your heart. Every time I do my affirmations, if I'm home or I'm in the car or I'm alone, I put my hand on my heart and I run through my affirmations. So, I want you to put your hand on your heart and I'm going to run through some of my affirmations with you. And just close your eyes and believe this to be true to you. I am safe in this moment. I'm allowed to take up space in this world. I am learning how to trust myself. I am allowed to change. I'm not behind. I am becoming. I am worthy of rest. I'm worthy of love without needing to prove it. I am allowed to release what no longer serves me. Now, how does that feel? Does your body feel at peace? Does it feel still? Does it feel love? If it does, then that's how you know this is for you. And that is the power of I am and using it intentionally and watching the words we put after it. The work doesn't end with this episode. This is a daily thing. So my challenge for you this week is going to be before you look at your phone and start going through emails or social media, as soon as you open your eyes, or maybe even before you open your eyes, put your hand on your heart and say, I am, and put powerful words behind it that are positive. Before you close your eyes at night, the same thing. Before you go to sleep, put your hand on your heart and give yourself an I am with positivity behind it because you have the power to change your life. You're not broken. You're not late. We're just human beings in our becoming season, unlearning and relearning. And every time you choose I am with positivity and intention, you reclaim the power of your life and become that co-creator again. That's powerful. And as always, if this episode resonated with you, please share it to your social media pages. If you know somebody who is just going through a hard time in life and needs some love and positivity and encouragement, share this with your friends, share this with the person that needs to hear it. And as always, please be sure to like, share, comment, follow, subscribe. I am on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and TikTok. And I hope you guys have an amazing weekend and a great week ahead. I send you so much love, peace, positivity, and until next time, have a great one. Bye, guys.